All right, what's up, my friends? Welcome to the complete set review for Spider-Man. Spider-Man doing whatever Spider can. And legally distinct Omenpaths. We did all the colors so far. You missed those, go watch them on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, support the content. A lot of work goes into my set reviews, and a lot more went into this set review in particular, so please support the content. Please take a second, all right? Please, 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 all right? I love you all. And of course, check out 10 new brews happening next Wednesday. 10 new brews, 10 new standard decks. It'll be a lot of fun. And I hope to see you there. And we'll put some fun decks up and have a good time. That should be sweet. Card's dreaming. Aww. Probably can't hear him, but he's like whimpering and he's having a dream about ice cream, maybe. But anyway, so Colorless and I forgot what I was saying. Like, comment, subscribe, all the stuff, and support the content. Let's go. I mean, I do like bagels, I suppose. Bagel and schmear. 1 mana artifact food. You can share it for 1 white mana. Sack the artifact, add a counter, draw a card at sorcery speed. Or you can nosh it and do the food thing. This card's pretty good, honestly. 2 mana over 2 turns to draw a card and put a counter is really, really good if you're doing counter synergies and stuff. So it is pretty good in the modified decks. Pretty cheap. It is playable in non-white decks in theory. Card's good. It's a good draft card. Playable constructed, probably not, but pretty good limited card. It does raise the question though about how bagels are not allowed on Arena. But whatever that is. So there are no in-universe bagels. I feel sorry for all the people in the multiverse. Which stinks. But yeah, good limited card for sure. Doc Ock's Tentacles. This card's kind of cool. 1 mana for an artifact equipment. Whenever a creature you control of mana value 5 or greater enters, being attached this equipment to it. And the creature gets +4/+4. Equip cost is 5. This is sort of like a mini Colossus hammer, where like it's pretty hard to equip, but if you can find a way to equip it otherwise, it's quite good, and it's just built into the card. Cards like the Affinity, blue flyer, it's like a 5-drop for 1 mana, could be really cool with this, and other 5 mana things, whether you're warping or whatever else it might be, I don't know. But you get this thing on there, +4/+4 is a huge stat line. It's cheap, it's an artifact. I would not be surprised to see a 10 new brews deck with this and whatever the 3/4 flying affinity card from Aether Drift is, because that's pretty cool, honestly. Pretty sweet card. So I think this card's pretty underrated. And then in limited, like you're just playing 5-drops, just pop this bad boy on there and go to town, So plays better with keywords, of course. But yeah, pretty cool card. Sleeper card for the set is Doc Ock's Tentacles, also known as Giantcraft Helm.
Still a piece of garbage.
This looks like the cover of like a 1990, not even, like a 1989 like DOS computer game.
Pointlessness.
I know I feel that. Am I crazy? But yeah, a little ugly. A Nova Hellkite, very good with this card also. Right? Am I crazy? Like, definitely an old DOS game, but we're gonna move on here for all folks who aren't 40 years or older. The Eerie gravestone. Spend it for an artifact. ETB, draw a card. Pay 2, sack this, mill 4 cards. Put a creature card among them into your hand. Pretty cool little card, Pretty cool for graveyard decks that are looking to do graveyard stuff with Connive. And that little extra value also mill some more cards. Put cards in the graveyard. Get a card back. Most of these artifacts with colored pips do seem kind of cool. And this does a really reasonable job of what that's trying to do. You are spending 2 mana to do nothing effectively, affect the board. But seems, reasonably playable. Seems okay. And there's your arena version, also called Eerie Gravestone. Hot dog cart. Hey, get your hot dogs here. Hot dogs here. Get your hot dogs here.
How did this happen?
Your typical 3 mana rock, taps for any color, limited, makes a food. It's actually a pretty good limited card. If you're playing like a 5-color green deck or a multicolor splash deck, this is a pretty good mana rock. Making a food is nice. And then a little bit of upside there, which is cool. On Arena, there are no hot dogs in the world of Magic. So it's a treat trolley. Just a little treat trolley. Aww. So there you go. The year of the Manolith continues. Interdimensional Web Watch. 4 mana for an artifact. When it enters, exile top 2 cards of your library. Till the end of your next turn, you may play those cards, and it can tap for 2 mana in any combination of colors, only to cast spells from exile. So this is a pretty powerful card. It is both card draw and mana, but does so in a pretty awkward way. It is self-contained, where it can help cast the cards you hit off of it. But then if you aren't exiling more cards, you aren't doing things like that. But if you're able to do like the exile, draw thing fairly in other ways, this can do some pretty sweet stuff. This is a pretty powerful card, but it's pretty limited. So yes, Prosper Commander players, have fun. I don't play Commander, so I'm aware what the card Prosper does, but yeah, unfortunately, it does not work with Mayhem. Kind of a bummer, honestly, but still a cool card if you're doing exile stuff. 2 mana is a lot, and 2 cards is a lot, so it's pretty cool. And then in limited, in arena, it is the Reality Fulcrum. And in limited, if you got a few other ways to cast stuff from exile, I think this is kind of just fine. 4 mana draw 2 with a little bit of upside. It's cool. The Iron Spider Stark upgrade. 3 mana for a 2/3 spider here. As if there wasn't enough Spider-Men in the colored section. Now you got one in the colorless section here too. 2/3 vigilance. Put a +1 counter on each artifact, creature, and or vehicle you control. And pay 2, remove 2 counters, draw a card. This is just a Steel Overseer type card, which probably isn't good enough these days because Steel Overseer isn't really good enough either. And not really great in limited because there just aren't that many artifacts either. So it's kind of a weird card. Who's this for kind of card. Limited can't pump itself, I suppose, which isn't the worst. It has vigilance to kind of do that. But yeah, it's, fine if you're doing the artifact thing, I suppose. It's kind of a cute card, but on arena, it is Physic Ethereum Mechanic. Cool. Living Brain Mechanical Marvel. 4 mana for a 3/3. Then in combat your turn, make an equipment, non-equipment artifact you control into an artifact creature, base power and toughness 3/3. On a turn, untap it. Pretty cool with food tokens and the random artifacts floating around. Very, very light artifact theme in the set, but it does do that thing. The problem is at 4 mana for a 3/3, it's pretty unexciting. So mostly a fringe limited card that is not particularly exciting. And on arena, it is Error 9 Viral Node. Space, Love that space stuff, right? Where's my space guy? Where he is? There he is. There you go. All right, space. And that was the last set. But yeah, sure. Fringe limited card, not too much. Mechanical Mobster. You mana for a 2/1 ETB, exile a card in your graveyard and connive. 2/1 connive for 3 is not particularly great, but it's not heinous. A little bit of graveyard hate. Mostly a sideboard card for limited, I think. But it could make your main deck if you're desperate for some conniving. So you could do worse, I suppose. And arena, it is Data Scrubber. Good name, actually. I like that one. We've got News Helicopter. 3 mana for a 1/1 flying artifact creature. It also makes a citizen token. Kind of good for the go wide stuff in green-white. And, this is the kind of card that's generically pretty okay usually. Not great, but okay. That being said, it plays really, really well with web-slinging. This is a great thing to bounce with your web-slinging effects, get the ETB effects, and so on and so forth. And you can tap it pretty easily by attacking with it, which is cool. So, good card for the green-white decks, web-slinger decks, the go-wide decks. Otherwise, And on arena, it is the Opulent Valet. The Opulent Valet. Passenger Ferry. 3 mana for a 4/3. Whenever a vehicle attacks, you may pay a blue. When you do, target attacking creature can't be blocked this turn. Has crew 2. Another attacking creature? Yeah, this card's just okay, I guess. Doesn't really play into modify or anything like that either. Doesn't seem like a particularly great card just in general, but sure. Limited filler, not very exciting. Carriage of Dreams, much more evocative and enjoyable name for me, but whatever. Peter Parker's Camera. How does he get the thing to go off, It's just as an auto thing on it, but also, how does no one realize that Peter Parker is getting these pictures of Spider-Man from 40 stories up or whatever, and they're just come on, guys, who else is doing this? It's clearly just Peter Parker. Well, mana for an artifact, enters with 3 film counters on it. Tap 2, remove a film counter from this to copy target activated or triggered ability you control. Choose new targets for the copy. This is a pretty powerful card, honestly. I don't know what the hell you would do with it. but it is, you know, a reasonably powerful effect. But again, I have no idea what you do. You can copy saga counters. You can copy all sorts of stuff. A little clunky, but cheap. Eventually with Urza Saga, you know, that's the thing for older formats. But for 2 mana, it's kind of a lot. I feel like it'd be better if it cost 2 and was activated for 1. But yeah, weird card. On Arena, it is the Phenomenon Recorder. Rocket-powered Goblin Glider. This is a pretty nice card. 2 mana for a artifact equipment. When it enters, if it was cast from your graveyard, auto-attach. +2/+0, flying and haste, has equip 2, and has mayhem 2. So you can discard this, play it from your graveyard for 2, put it immediately on a creature, and give it +2/+0, flying and haste. That's kind of a banger. That's really quite good. This is a phenomenal limited card. Like, really, really good limited card. Like, busted. And in Constructed, I think this card's actually kind of close. Like, 2 generic to mayhem is pretty good. The auto-equip is great. Upside's great. The equip cost is also pretty cheap. And, like, haste and flying is a really powerful combination of abilities. This card's nice. I think this card's a pretty big sleeper. Didn't win the sleeper reward. I think this card is pretty awesome. And does some really, really cool things. Great and limited. Cool constructed. Big fan. On Arena, it is Stitcher's Wings. Stitcher's Wings. Spiderbot. It's meant for a 2/1 reach. EDB, search for basic, put it on top. This is your classic limited fixer. We've seen this card a dozen times now, and it's the kind of card you play if you need fixing, and you don't play if you don't want to. It is a spider, a little extra value there, but that's really all there is to it. And on Arena, it is Steel Web Surveyor. Spider-Mobile. There's a Spider-Mobile. I have never seen Spider-Man drive. He does this. This is a thing, right? It's whatever, man. Demand for a vehicle, trample. Whenever his vehicle attacks or blocks, gets +1/+1 on a turn for each spider you control. Crew 2. For limited, it seems reasonable. Like, you're playing spiders in your deck. It's just, you know, a 5/5 or a 6/6. That's pretty cool. But yeah, okay, limited card, unplayable constructed. Scuttling Spider Coach on Arena. I love how, like, the Arena cards are horrifying. Like, the Spider-Man cards are like, oh, yay, Spider-Man. And there's, like, spiders, arachnophobia, spiders. Spider Slayer, Hatred Owned. 2 mana for a 2/1 artifact creature. Deals damage to a spider, destroy it. And then 6 mana, exile this card from your graveyard. Make 2 tapped robot tokens with flying. It's a fine limited card. You know, just like cheap. Plays all with graveyard stuff. Has a little that touch value also. Just really good limited. Blocks the spiders. Has some value. Discard to connive stuff. Good draft card. Nothing more. And on Arena, it's Gororel, Scourge to spiders. It's like Mr. Freeze. Now DC's gonna sue somebody. That'd be a fun twist, right? Spider Suit, oh my equipment, +2/+2, and is a spider hero. Each of the types. The equip cost for 3 here is just totally damning. This card sucks. Would not put this card in my draft deck. I think this card's really, really bad. So there you go.
Still a piece of garbage.
Cactarantula Saddle, a little OTJ throwback. Steel Wrecking Ball, your red pipped artifact card is Wrecking Ball, 5 mana artifact, EDB deal 5 to a creature. Or you can channel it for a red and 1 to destroy an artifact. I mean, this card's kind of cool. You know, it's an uncounterable way to destroy artifacts. That's not even red. So it was like some sort of like pro-red artifact you get rid of or whatever. And it's an okay removal spell, but not very good. Fringe playable, not very exciting and limited, but is what it is. The kind of card where, like, this card could show up in some random constructed format because, like, reasons, but... And then the Arena version is Temple Trap. Subway Train. This is the green pipped artifact. 2 mana for a 3/1 vehicle. When it enters, you may pay a green. If you do, search for a basic land. Has crew 2. This card's pretty nice, actually. Good mana fixer, kind of Civic Wayfinder sort of thing. Go find your basic. The body's okay. And, yeah, it's a fine mana fixer. And then on Arena is Vine Woven Chariot, where it is still the exact same card. It's still a pretty good limited card. It's cool. We get several lands. We see Daily Bugle Building. And I gotta say, a lot of the flavor in this set has been a miss for me, unfortunately. This one hits. This is a good one. This is your standard limited mana fixer multicolor land, but has Schmear Campaign, 1 mana, legendary creature gains menace on a turn, only as a sorcery. That's pretty good. I'll give him this one. All right, that's a pretty good one. And what's really funny here is that on Arena, it's Fearsome Ridgeline. Again, completely different flavor. But yeah, cool card. Good limited card for just, what it does on the front side. And then, probably not going to... The ability doesn't really matter that much. It's more like just fun flavor text. But, you get the idea. Multiversal Passage. I mean, if we're not going to have all 10 shock lands, we need this card. This is like a split between a shock land and a City of Brass, where it ETBs with the shock land text, pays you life or comes in tapped. But you choose a single land type, and it is that type. Which is kind of annoying, actually, as far as like tracking goes in paper. This card's really, really important. Until we have all the shock lands, this is really important for mana fixing for decks that don't have a shock land. And it also, more importantly, turns on the verges. So having land types or verges, really, really important. And yeah. And then the Arena version is also Multiversal Passage with some cool art on it. And this and Starting Town are going to be kind of the glue that's holding the standard mana bases together. We don't have a shock lands because we are currently in uneven mana base territory, which sucks. So very important card. Best in show. Multiversal Passage. Fine and limited too. Good limited card. Speaking of limited cards, we have Vibrant Cityscape, which is some pretty nice art, honestly. And this is just your Terramorphic Expanse for the set. Good and limited, good for 5-color green. We don't need, versions 9 through 12 of this card in standard. But yeah, there you go. There's Cityscape. And then we have a pair of weird tri-lands. Oscorp Industries. This is a Grixis tri-land, enters tapped, and when it enters in the graveyard, you lose 2 life, but you can mayhem this. This is a land that you can discard and then play from your graveyard. That's like pretty damn good. That is pretty powerful. It does come in tapped. You will lose 2 life, but being able to turn a discard into a guaranteed bit of value is really nice. It's mana fixing, pretty cool stuff. This card's pretty good. You are playing it from your land, so it counts for your land drop. All normal timing rules apply. You can't play it in your opponent's turn and so on and so forth. But like, FOMO, discard this, play it for turn, go. Like, that's really, really good. So, pretty powerful stuff. You will want a deck that wants to, wants this kind of value. But this card is pretty damn powerful. Especially in older formats where you have, really good, cheap ways to discard stuff. So, really, really cool. Like this card a lot. Don't know exactly where it'll show up, and then in limited, this is just like if you are blue-black or black-red or blue-red or a Mayhem deck, you want this card. Pretty nice. And the Magic version is Exclusive Nightclub. All right, so yeah.
Get off my plane.
Yeah. The other tri-land of a set is Urban Retreat. This is the Bant tri-land. ETB tapped. Taps for Bant. You can also spend 2, return a tap creature you control to its owner's hand, and put this from your hand on the battlefield at sorcery speed. Now, this is not a land drop, so you can use this to ramp. That's kind of cool. If you were turn 1, Land or Elves, turn 2, land, tap land or Elves, activate this, bounce the Land or Elves, put this in play, and then play Land or Elves. That's pretty cool. So very, very unique effect. We've not seen a land like this basically ever before, where it's a tri-land with this kind of ability. There are no land types, and you clearly need to be all these colors to be super happy about it. But this card's kind of gas. This card's a pretty sweet card. It also is like a pixie effect for bouncing like pixie cards too. This card's good. Yeah, this card's a pretty serious card. I think both of these lands are breaking some of the rules of the game that haven't really been broken before, and they're going to do some pretty serious things. So, very, very good, powerful stuff. And there's your Arena version, the Urban Retreat. Thank God for Nuka Penna, right? Without Nuka Penna, this Omenpaths set would not have worked. And there's a cycle of common allied colored dual lands. Again, the only supported pairs for limited set are allied colors, being that it is a small set. These are all lands that enter tapped, tap for both color, and have 4 mana tap surveil. And here's your really good art on this card, actually, on the Asylum. And then the Asylum on the Arena version. not sure why this card couldn't just be, I guess it says like a name, but, and then the arena version. And here's your Gruul version, the Savage Mansion. And on arena, it is also the Savage Mansion. Cool art. And then we've got Sinister Hideout. And then we have Sinister Hideout again. We've got Suburban Sanctuary. It's a nice little house in the suburbs. And then Suburban Sanctuary. Less suburbs, but you know. And University Campus, the Empire State University, or Strixhaven, I guess, maybe. I don't even know. But so, these are also land rarity and will be in packs fairly often. About half of packs will have one of these. So a lot of fixing for allied colors. But again, no enemy color fixing. So there you go. So to recap, for Colorless, best in show is Multiversal Passage. Our sleeper card is Doc Ock's Tentacles with respects to the Goblin Glider. Iron Spider is our trap card. I didn't even say trap card with this card. Whatever, man. I screwed up. That's trap card. And then Bagel and Schmear is our Bombin Common. Did I do that one too? I don't know what I'm doing, folks. I'm off my rocker. All right. Like, comment, subscribe. Bonus sheets coming up. Love y'all. And let's do it.